Are you considering moving to Charlotte but want to explore beyond Uptown and South End? East Charlotte might surprise you. This area east of the plaza has been quietly booming with new development, restaurants, and some transit on the horizon. Hi, I'm Patrick Kennedy. I'm a local real estate agent here in Charlotte, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through what makes East Charlotte unique. Its neighborhoods, the housing market, lifestyle highlights, including some Michelin-worthy spots, and why this side of town could be the right fit or not for you. So stick around, and by the end, you'll know if East Charlotte should be on your home searching radar. If you're curious about East Charlotte or want to tour a home here, give me a call or a text at 984-306-5668. I'm always happy to answer questions or help you find that perfect place if you're ready to go now. So, without further ado, let's dive in on East Charlotte. Let's start first with location and sort of the layout. Where exactly East Charlotte is and what does it feel like on the ground when you're living here? East Charlotte is not the same as Northeast Charlotte or the University City area. East Charlotte is an area south of North Davidson Street, Old Concord Road. It's roughly everything east of the Plaza and Independence Boulevard, stretching as far out to Interstate 485. It's a large geographical area of Charlotte encompassing many neighborhoods and is home to roughly around 150,000 people. In fact, local community group Charlotte East defines the boundaries as Plaza Road, North Davidson, Old Concord Road to the north, I-485 to the east, and the Charlotte Mint Hill line, Margaret Wallace Road to the southeast, and Randolph Road to the southwest. Although I'd bet many Charlotteans might have differing opinions on these borders, this is what we've got today. But in plain terms, East Charlotte runs from Plaza Midwood on the western edge of East Charlotte out to the outer Beltline on the eastern edge of the city. This gives East Charlotte a bit of everything. You've got the lively Plaza Midwood area, which has a thriving restaurant and bar scene, which has even been highlighted by the Washington Post. To the south and center are older suburban neighborhoods and some smaller commercial pockets. NODA, which is short for North Davidson, is located on the northwest border of East Charlotte. It's one of Charlotte's most vibrant arts and entertainment districts. While technically its own neighborhood, NODA is easily accessible from East Charlotte, especially if you're near 36th Street or the Plaza Corridor. It's also home to the Lynx Blue Line light rail, which connects you directly to Uptown and UNC Charlotte. That means easy, car-free access to dining, music venues, galleries, and shops. NODA's appeal adds another lifestyle bonus for East Charlotte residents who want nearby options for nightlife and transit-friendly commuting. Toward the eastern end of East Charlotte is Grove Park. This is a tree-lined and lake-filled neighborhood that's as quaint as its name suggests. Along main corridors like Albemarle Road and Monroe Road and Independence Boulevard, you'll see shopping centers, apartment complexes, and plenty of commercial strips. East Charlotte is really a tapestry. Some parts feel historic and cozy with tree-lined streets and older bungalows, while other parts are kind of under rapid change. If you look at it by zip code, East Charlotte generally includes most of 28205 and 28212 and a slice of 28215. Within that 28205 zip code are neighborhoods like Plaza Midwood, the Plaza, Eastway, and Commonwealth. 28212 is home to the Eastland Mall area, Eastway, Mary Oaks, and several other neighborhoods. Now that we know the lay of the land, let's talk about real estate. What kind of homes you'll find here and how far your budget can actually go. East Charlotte real estate is a mix of affordability and ongoing growth. As of late 2025, the market has become somewhat more balanced, offering a bit more leverage for strategic buyers. In the 28205 zip code, median home sale price is around $524,000, and that includes everything from cute cottages and bungalows in Plaza Midwood to some older ranch homes in Eastway. By comparison, 28212, which is a bit further east, has a median sales price of around $322,000, reflecting generally lower prices, more suburban style homes, and townhomes. Even the eastern portion of zip code 28215 in our area averages around 385,000. So in short, you can find some single-family homes here for a few $100,000 on average, which is cheaper than many central or other South Charlotte neighborhoods. Renters will also find relatively low rates. Overall, East Charlotte's average apartment rent is around $1,500. Data sources like Zillow and Redfin show average rents around $1,600 if you're in 28205 and around $1,300 if you're in 28212. So renters can grab studios and one bedrooms for around $1,200 and two bedrooms for around $1,300 to $1,500 on average. This is a little below the citywide average, so it's appealing to budget-minded folks seeking to rent before they buy. Importantly, East Charlotte has been on the development radar. Older retail spaces and vacant lots are being snapped up. The big Eastland Mall site, more on this later, is turning into housing and mixed use. But even outside of Eastland, some blocks have seen infill condos and apartment projects, and as a result, we've seen steady demand here. A recent Redfin analysis described our markets as somewhat competitive in East Charlotte. Homes are sitting on the market longer than in recent years, but still move fairly quickly if they're priced well. So if you see a good deal, be ready to move quickly. That said, there are still bargains compared to trendy neighborhoods. So let me give you some numbers. Our most recent MLS data gives the following median home sale prices. By zip code 28205, it's 530. 28212 is 320. 28215 is 380K. And in the city of Charlotte, 425. Those figures align with the Redfin and Zillow medians, so East Charlotte buyers enjoy modest prices today with the potential for some built-in growth as these new projects come online. So you know what homes cost, but what's the day-to-day experience like? Let's talk lifestyle, restaurants, and community. East Charlotte is surprisingly full of character. Neighborhoods range from artsy, walkable streets of Plaza Midwood, especially east of Central Avenue, to more laid-back subdivisions a little further in. You'll find longtime mom-and-pop eateries next to trendy spots. In fact, East Charlotte even made national news in late 2025 thanks to a Michelin nod. Lang Van, a great Vietnamese restaurant on Shamrock Drive, earned a Bib Gourmand in the Michelin Guide, being recognized as great food at a great value. That's one of only 50 such distinctions in the entire country, so it's definitely put East Charlotte on the foodie map. And it's not just Lang Van. Other local favorites got recognition too. Several restaurants in the area, Haberdish, Supperland, and Everandalo, were all listed as recommended dining destinations in the Michelin Guide. Haberdish offers Southern comfort, it's in the Noda area. Everandalo is pizza and Italian, and then Supperland is a meat and cheese style bar. All within a mile or two of each other, and they draw crowds nightly. And if you're craving something sweet with a side of local activism, Manolo's Bakery on Central Avenue is a community staple. They're known for fresh pan dulce and bold murals. It's not just a bakery, though. It's a symbol of East Charlotte's cultural pride and social voice. East Charlotte is also home to Noda, short for North Davidson, one of Charlotte's most vibrant arts and entertainment districts. While technically its own neighborhood, Noda is easily accessible from East Charlotte, especially if you're near 36th Street or the Plaza Corridor. It's also home to the Lynx Blue Line light rail, which connects you directly to Uptown and UNC Charlotte. So that means easy, car-free access to dining, music venues, galleries, and shops. Noda's appeal adds another lifestyle bonus for East Charlotte residents who want nearby options for nightlife and transit-friendly commuting. Beyond food, East Charlotte's culture is diverse. There are historic African American and immigrant communities, a growing creative art scene, and lots of family-oriented activities. Grove Park, for example, is prized for its lakes and large trees, giving it a serene, almost suburban feel despite being inside the city limits. People in the neighborhood bike and take strolls there and participate in neighborhood activities all the time. In other parts, you'll see mural art popping up, yoga studios, and community events like neighborhood markets and festivals. For shopping and daily needs, there's a bit of a grab bag here. Among the traditional grocery stores, places like the Common Market in Plaza Midwood and in East Charlotte offer local goods and groceries. The Albemarle Road and Independence Boulevard corridors have some big box and chain stores. However, East Charlotte isn't known for massive malls or glitzy entertainment complexes. Those are more in South Park or even out into Concord. Still, you've got plenty of casual dining, pizzerias, bars, grills, small bakeries, and even a few breweries to choose from. In short, East Charlotte's vibe is laid back and eclectic. It's often described as the hidden gem. Not as polished as Uptown or South End, but a real lived-in personality. And as more folks discover it, and transit improves, expect that culture to keep evolving. That local flavor is a big draw, but who's actually moving to East Charlotte and who already calls it home? Because of its price point and character, East Charlotte tends to draw a mix of people. First-time homebuyers and young families love it for the combination of affordability and charm. You can get a bigger yard or an older house here that's bigger than in the suburbs without paying suburban prices. Creative types and hipsters are drawn to places like Plaza Midwood and Noda for the artsy scene and nightlife. Immigrant communities and longtime residents have deep roots here, contributing to a richly diverse population. You'll also see professionals who work in Charlotte's growing job sectors, but prefer a quieter home base. For example, educators, healthcare workers, and tech employees enjoy being near UNC Charlotte and local tech hubs, and they often live in East Charlotte. Many retirees choose quiet pockets like Idlewild or Grove Park for the peaceful neighborhoods, and savvy investors have taken notice. East Charlotte is popular with rental property owners seeking good cash flow, given the relatively low home prices. All in all, it's a melting pot. If you like a sense of community and don't mind being a bit off the beaten path, you'll fit right in. One reason more people are paying attention to East Charlotte, the Eastland Yards redevelopment project. Let's dig into what's happening here. The single biggest story in East Charlotte has got to be Eastland Yards. The mega redevelopment of the old Eastland Mall site on Central Avenue and Albemarle Road. For decades, Eastland Mall, which opened in 1970, was a huge part of life here, but it closed in 2010. Now this 80-acre tract is being reborn as a mixed-use city within a city. So far, development is moving faster than many expected. The master developer says the project is actually ahead of schedule. They're under construction on the vast majority of the 80-acre site. And here's what's coming. We're going to have a sports complex. Groundbreaking is slated for Q1 of 2026. This joint venture with Charlotte Soccer Academy and others will include 6 full-size soccer fields, plus a 100,000 square foot indoor facility for basketball and volleyball. That means tournaments and leagues will have a home here in East Charlotte. Eastland Park will be a 4.5-acre public park within Eastland Yards with a splash pad, playground, skate area, trails, a dog park, art, and more. It's a $12 million investment. A ceremony in late 2025 marked the start of construction, and the park should open by spring 2027. You'll even be able to see the old Eastland Mall Rising Sun logo embedded in the park's splash pad. There'll be multiple housing options. Single-family lots are going up, and reports say the very first new home was just sold there. Senior housing apartments are already built and 100% leased. Huge mid-rise apartment buildings are also under construction around the site. Developers hope people start moving into the apartments by early 2026. These apartments are going to include first-floor retail space, with the target tenants including a dance studio, a salon, coffee shop, and so forth, all aiming to open mid-2026. The Eastland Yards will have new shops and restaurants, especially clustered near the housing in the park. City approval is pending for specific retailers, but expect some neighborhood cafes, convenience, retail, and maybe big box anchors further out. By the numbers, this is a $225 million project for the whole 80 acres. That's a massive commitment to East Charlotte. The buzz is that within 3 to 4 years, the entire development will be complete. For now, you'll see cranes, dirt, and model homes popping up where there used to be concrete parking lots. If you're interested in long-term value, this is a major thing that's truly reshaping the East Side. Now let's zoom out a little bit and talk long-term. Where is East Charlotte heading, and how is the growth shaping the future? Charlotte is reworking its transit system in a big way. In November of 2025, Mecklenburg County voters approved a 1% sales tax increase to fund transit and road projects. The authority managing this, called Charlotte Area Metropolitan Transit Authority, will oversee about $19 billion over the next 30 years. One key piece of that plan is connecting East Charlotte more directly east to west from Matthews through Uptown to the airport and Belmont, with a combination of buses and rail. Specifically, the 2025 plan includes a better bus program, raising bus frequency by about 50%, and adds dozens of miles to the light rail. Here's what that means locally. The CityLink's Gold Line streetcar, which currently runs through downtown, will be extended east to Eastland. That'll give East Charlotte residents light rail access directly into Uptown and West Charlotte without needing a car. The long-discussed Silver Line, that's a light rail from Matthews through East Charlotte to the airport, is still in the plans, but its full route and timeline are not yet finalized, and frankly, that's been a hot topic for many around here. Right now, early phases are going to prioritize bus rapid transit in the Monroe Road and Independence Boulevard corridors, while planning for the light rail continues. Meanwhile, job access is improving. East Charlotte is fairly well situated near major highways like I-485 and US 74, and it's really just a 15 to 20 minute drive to Uptown. There's growing employment just north near UNC Charlotte and the research hubs, and along corridors to the south and west. Eastland Yards redevelopment is going to create hundreds of local jobs in retail, food, and recreation. Charlotte's job market overall is doing well, especially in sectors like banking, healthcare, and tech. That's bringing more demand to areas like East Charlotte, especially as more professionals look for affordability within the city limits. Of course, no place is perfect, so let's talk honestly about some of the challenges of living in East Charlotte. Some parts of East Charlotte still feel underinvested. While certain areas are booming with construction and energy, others, particularly along Monroe Road, Albemarle Road, and older portions of Independence Boulevard, still show signs of neglect. Think tired strip malls and empty lots. Although in my opinion, it's only a matter of time before the redevelopment in these areas starts to catch up with the rest of East Charlotte. Another big challenge for some is grocery and retail access. Some neighborhoods, like Windsor Park for example, are considered food deserts by some metrics. Residents often have to drive or take long, infrequent bus routes just to reach a supermarket. That ties into another con. East Charlotte is still largely car dependent, as is most of Charlotte honestly. Though transit is improving, frequent and reliable service just isn't here yet. Commuting can be another pain point. Independence Boulevard, Monroe Road, and Albemarle Road all do clog up during rush hour, and while 485 is nearby, it adds time if you're headed to Ballantyne or South Park or to the airport. Finally, for those who crave upscale retail, nightlife, or arts attractions, East Charlotte may feel a bit lacking, at least for now. There's no South Park Mall equivalent here. If you want boutique shopping, late-night bars, or high-end gyms, you're likely going to be heading to Uptown or South End or Ballantyne. So with all that in mind, pros and cons, how do you know if East Charlotte is the right fit for you? East Charlotte is ideal for people who want more home for their money without sacrificing location. If you're a first-time buyer, creative professional, young family, or an investor, this part of town deserves a serious look. You'll get walkable charm in spots like Plaza Midwood and Noda. quiet tree-lined streets in Grove Park or Idlewild. If you enjoy diversity, local restaurants, and community feel, you're going to find it here. On the flip side, if walkable grocery stores, top-ranked schools, and immediate luxury are must-have, East Charlotte might not meet your needs right now. But that's changing quickly, and buying in now could mean a big upside later. Thanks for watching this deep dive on East Charlotte. I hope it gave you a clearer picture of life here and the real estate numbers and what's coming down the pipeline. Remember, if you want to learn more about a neighborhood, schedule a tour of a home in East Charlotte, or just chat about the market in general, give me a call or a text at 984-306-5668. I really love helping people discover the right Charlotte community for them, and I'd be happy to help you too. Until next time, happy house hunting.